What I have here are some run-of-the-mill thrift store toys. Not even Fisher Price. No name brand. With little keys and letters. And I can change the function of them. And I have them wired up for sound, so I can plug them into my mixer and run them through delay pedals, which will greatly change the characteristic of the sound. And that, along with adjusting amplitude envelopes, I get a whole very unique palette of sound out of these toys. And I can take it a step further by opening them up and circuit bending, kind of connecting little wires and resistors and pan pots to different parts of the circuitry to change the way the instrument plays. Well, when I'm playing with Carlota, who's the choreographer and performer, dancer, mover I'm working with, we have a truly balanced collaboration. She really likes to get a lot of feedback from me and gets a lot of her ideas and movements from what's happening in the music. And there are certain things that she'll ask for. She'll come to me with the concept for the piece, but we evolve it together. So we do rehearse, and there are elements that she knows will be there, but she, just as I do, prefers the element of surprise. And I even like to be surprised by the instruments themselves. They all have their own characteristics, and they're rather unpredictable, and they have personalities. So there's some preparation, and there's some beforehand knowledge of what the sounds are going to be, and maybe even what the form is going to be, but by and large it's very improvisatory. We actually met through Gustavo Matamoros, who was working with Carlota at Incubate for another piece she did, and they were working on a piece called Think Like a Guy, which at the time didn't have any music. So they asked me what my thoughts were, and that's really where it started. And we're also working with Carlota and Priscilla Marrero for the Miami Light Project this March. The concept is Carlota's, that's for certain. The concept is hers. There are two sides here, and there's sort of the two sides of life the way she sees it. This side over here, where you see a desk and a table and shoes, is all about the sort of doldrum of daily life, all the things that we have to do in life. And this side over here, where you see the blue tarp and buckets filled with water and pitchers, is about the experience you have when you're swimming in the ocean, or the experience Carlota has when she's swimming in the ocean, of freedom of movement and freedom of spirit. And in this part of the piece, people are welcome to throw water on Carlota and interact with her. She's created the concept and the framework, and then we come together and fine-tune it. She had concepts about what each side should sound like, so I made suggestions. For instance, on the side where we have the doldrum of daily life, I suggested using marching band sounds, very regimented, percussive, kind of pushing you to work. And she liked that idea, and that really forms the foundation of that side of the piece. And on this side, I have a series of water samples, which I've collected and recorded. Water pouring, underwater sounds that come together in sort of a, not obviously rhythmic, but a rhythmic collage, sound collage of water. I have some microphones that I've created that I can use to record underwater sounds, piezo mics that are dipped in plasti dip. And I also have a camera that records underwater and has an ability to record sound underwater, which is pretty cool. We had 2 rehearsals and a meeting about it. Since we so much appreciate the surprise of improvisation, I guess we don't want to over-rehearse it. We rehearse it enough to know what we need to know, but not to spoil the surprise. Yeah, I think we're both sensitive and mature performers, and we happen to be of very much like mind, so it's easy for us to work together.
Recorded and produced by George Fishman for QRartguide.